Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singotoka.
My name is Alfripi and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, yacht search leads to massive drug seizure. 4 days of no water supply for Nandi and Lautoka residents. And 100 more Fijians receive EFL shares.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
A joint operation by cross-government agencies led by the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service and the police has led to the seizure of 13 bars of cocaine weighing 15 kilograms and ecstasy tablets with an estimated value of 20 to 30 million Fiji dollars. The illicit drugs were found in addition to guns, ammunition and $30,000 in undeclared currency on a yacht at Denarau port in Nandi that had come from Bora Bora, French Polynesia. Maggie Boyle reports.
Normally the playground of the rich and one of our busiest ports for tourism, this marina now the centre of one of the biggest hauls of illicit drugs, arms and ammunition, which the authorities say is a warning to would-be criminals trying to infiltrate our borders.
It throws a signal to and signs to people outside the country that thought that they would like to test the system of the border agencies. This is seized yesterday. Draws a very significant because it shows that we are on top of the things that are happening in our borders.
The 4 crewmen who are believed to be Australian nationals have been remanded in custody and the yacht forfeited to the state. Revenue and Customs Chief Executive Officer Viswanath Das has applauded the collaboration and efforts of the officers in successfully intercepting the illicit cargo, a sentiment shared by the police.
Just to show the effort that has been done so far by our border agencies and how they connect with each other. Also the information sharing that was done, which led to the successful raid and confiscation of the drugs.
Investigation into the crew and cargo will now focus on where the vessel was going and where the illegal shipment originated from. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Residents in Nandi and Lautoka will face water disruptions for the next 4 days from tonight. The disruption is due to an emergency maintenance being carried out by the Water Authority to another leakage at the Nanganda water treatment plant in Nandi. Ritika Pratap reports.
The repairs will begin from 8 tonight, during which a polyjet section of the pipeline from the Vaturu Dam to the Nanganda water treatment plant will be replaced.
We have to repair immediately because otherwise it will be a problem. It will be a big problem. It will take a long time to repair if we don't do it as soon as possible.
Ekanayake explains repairs will finish by tomorrow. However, the restoration operation following this is complex.
Anticipated timing is by Monday morning, more than 80% of the customers will receive water. So that is one day. But towards Momi, southern end side, so that is the longest pipeline, that will take some time. So that means by Tuesday, water will reach up to say up to Korauto, and by Wednesday, everybody will receive water.
To minimize the disruption during the shutdown period, the Water Authority will have around 170 water tanks at strategic locations.
We are urging households or people to store water to sustain them during the shutdown period. And once, if they exhaust those stored supply, they can go to the backup supply, which is the water tanks.
The authority will also ensure there is no interruption to the major services such as hospitals, airports, schools and hotels. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Fiji has received widespread recognition for the work it has done in its presidency of COP23, especially for introducing the Talanoa dialogue mechanism in climate negotiations. Parties are currently discussing the pathway to implementing the Paris Agreement, which comes into force in 2020. COP23 President Vorenga Bainimarama was commended for his role during the 9th Petersburg Climate Dialogue in Berlin, Germany, and the Ministerial on Climate Action in Brussels, Belgium. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said the Talanoa dialogue makes it easier to build mutual trust and allows everyone to work ambitiously to implement the Paris Agreement and apply a different methodology. She says Europeans like to be in opposition and take firm stance, so it is helpful for them to adopt this new approach. More Fijians from the Suva-Nosori corridor took advantage of the free non-voting Energy Fiji Limited shares, which are earmarked to be listed on the South Pacific Stock Exchange from next year. Around 100 subsidized and non-subsidized customers received their certificates this afternoon, joining 50 other certified shareholders from last week. Maggie Boyle reports.
Meet the newest Fijian shareholders for Energy Fiji Limited.
So the Fijian government actually has a target of reducing our dependency of fossil fuel and reduce it by 30%. Now, we of course, FEA, which is now called Energy Fiji Limited, has been corporatized, been formed into a company. Now, we are looking for strategic partners.
EAG urging other eligible Fijians to register for the free shares, which have been kept in a trust.
There are people every day getting connected to electricity. So the moment they get connected to electricity, as long as they're a Fijian citizen, they're resident in Fiji, they will also get shares. So we have holders 5% for those people who actually will become account holders also.
For these shareholders, signing up for the shares is an opportunity not to be missed.
They sent the offers to us. I read the offer and I said, why not? Make use of it.
FEA is a monopolized company in Fiji, and I'm judging by the history of the company. It has done very well in the past.
Everybody told me it's good. Energy Fiji Limited is very good. That's why, and I say, yeah, I'm happy. Then I apply.
Around 40,000 Fijians have registered for the EFL's free non-voting shares, which entitles them to share bundles of 150 and 250 lots. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Still to come, more women entrepreneurs receive Fijian crafted licenses. And large crowd gathers to enjoy Eid in the Park celebration. Stay with us.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Guya do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere nawaluan.
Nevang go fani na tao no go singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
50 more women artisans have been added to the list of successful entrepreneurs. These artisans, who were part of the National Women's Expo, were awarded the Fijian Crafted License today for their determination to meet quality standards and excelling in their field of work. Savara Tambor reports.
Over 170 women artisans now have Fijian Crafted Licenses, which will give them a solid footing to expand their business.
The women who will be receiving their licenses today have opened themselves to given themselves a window of opportunity and have more avenues to promote our unique culture, which is through their crafts and our handiwork.
Many describe today's event as a memorable one, as these certifications open new doors not only for the women but their family and village as a whole.
This is the first certificate that I have received so far. I am glad that with this certificate I will be able to feed my family.
I'm so thankful since this certificate of recognition will allow me to showcase my talents not only locally but internationally as well.
The trade expos, which will be held in countries like Korea and China, will be an opportunity for these women to showcase their products in international markets next year. Sabayra Tambua, FBC News.
Another batch of meningococcal vaccine is expected to arrive into the country soon. Health Minister Rosie Akbar confirmed this during Eid celebrations at the Kulu Kulu Public School in Singatoka. Akbar says close to 100,000 children between the age of 1 and 19 have been vaccinated in the Greater Suva area and the Ra subdivision. She adds the vaccines will provide protection from meningococcal at least for 5 years.
So now we are expecting the next batch of vaccines to arrive in the country within a week, and upon its arrival we will come down to your Western Division and start vaccinating.
Teenage pregnancy can raise a lot of questions within society, especially when there's pressure from family on what is expected of them. Save the Children Fiji Chief Executive Iris Lo Mackenzie says many young girls go astray as they don't get the necessary support to get through these difficult times. Kelly Vadala reports.
There's a lot of expectations from girls and women in terms of employment, education and looking after the family.
You've got cultural and religious also expectations of girls and women. If you grow up in a home and then where you then have a situation that you might make the wrong decision, but it's whatever decisions that your child makes, you have to support them through that decision, and it's when they don't have that support they go outside of the home and look for other support.
Child Protection Coordinator Nandi and Lautoka says the uncertainty about the girl's future may also arise, sometimes brings about pressure.
There would be contributing factors such as poverty, probably a history of abuse by the mother herself, knowing that she lacks support. There's no support network for her to be able to raise the child. And often we only look at the result or the consequences. There's services available, and if girls are going through any issues and they need to talk, there are services available that they can access. You've got the child helpline, which is 1325, that people can call and just talk to a counsellor.
The non-government organization also highlighted on the importance of shared responsibilities when raising a child. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
A huge crowd turned up at the Roops mega complex in 9 Miles, Nakasi today to join the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's Eid in the Park celebration. The aim of the event is to include all Fijians in the spirit of Eid. Pranita Prakash has more.
The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's annual event this time around provided an opportunity to Fijians to showcase their cooking skills. It's time for us to show how much talent we have. We can make sevai, sell them and even give it for free.
Do fundraising for Women's League, and we show our cooking skills here. We have learned to show our talent.
20 participants took part in the sevai and pulao cooking competition.
We turned it into a multicultural where we had participants who took part in sevai and pulao cooking competition. We had other Indians, the Muslims and the Hindus who also cooked the sevai and pulao brought it here.
Indian High Commissioner to Fiji, Vishwas Sapkal, says he is proud that everyone celebrates the festival together.
It is a festival where people show their love and affection and happiness, peace and prosperity. On this opportunity today, I would wish that may Allah bring happiness and peace among us all.
Students from various schools also participated in cultural activities. Eid is an important religious holiday celebrated by Muslims worldwide that marks the end of Ramadan, the Islamic holy month of fasting. Eid was celebrated in Fiji last Saturday. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
In sports tonight, Flying Fijians defend PNC title. And Coutinho and Neymar scored in stoppage time to keep Brazil's World Cup dream alive.
Hola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Mariva. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Fiji Airways Always flying Fijian side defended the Pacific Nations Cup for the 4th consecutive time, despite going down to Tonga 27 points to 19 at Lautoka's Churchill Park this afternoon. Tonga scored 3 converted tries and converted 2 penalties. Fiji scored 3 tries but only converted 2. Fiji's try came from Frank Lamani in the first half, which levelled their score at 7-all against the Ikalitahi. Veroniki Ngoneva and Viliame Mata then scored a try each in the second spell, but it was not good enough to match up the Tongan score margin. Felipe Coutinho and Neymar both scored in stoppage time to keep Brazil's World Cup dream alive. Brazil now tops Group E with 4 points after drawing its opening game 1-all against Switzerland. They defeated Costa Rica 2-1 today. Ahmed Musa gave Nigeria their first win at this year's World Cup and remain in contention to wield the World Cup title. Musa scored a double in the second half to help the Nigerians beat Iceland 2-0 and move into second place into Group F behind already qualified Croatia. Switzerland came back from behind to beat Serbia 2-1 in its second World Cup match this morning. The Swiss goals were made by Granit Xhaka and Zidane Shaqiri, and both celebrated by putting their hands together to make the symbol for Albania's double-headed eagle. In the local football scene, Fiji FAC champions Rewa failed to score a goal against Raketi in their Vodafone Premier League match at Subral Park in Lambasa this afternoon. Eleanor Trangaview has more.
From the get-go, Raketi pulled out all the stops to keep Rewa at bay and keep them from scoring.
The place that we are looking at is our finishing. We'll work on our finishing. We'll go back into camp today and we'll work on to that. So tomorrow we'll come back on Suva. We'll improve on our finishing.
Rewa developed a good game today but failed to score despite numerous opportunities to do so.
I think so. My team's performance was below par today. We was expecting more from the boys. I think so. Our game was not being able to rectify what we was coming for as a good game. But
also watching the game today was the national soccer coach who is scouting for players. He says the condition of the ground did not help the teams.
We have this kind of field, who is not flat, who has no grass, or sometimes if you don't put water, it's very hard. And you see today, 2 injuries, one get a shoulder because when he fall, it's like he fall on the street. Huh?
In tomorrow's matches, Raketi plays Suva while Rewa will play Lambasa. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC Sports.
Lambasa and Suva played to a 0-0 draw in their Vodafone Premier League match, also held at Subral Park in Lambasa this afternoon. It was a tough game which saw a lot of missed opportunities at goal between the two sides. Suva coach Gurjit Singh says both teams did not settle well due to the ground condition, which was very rough and hard. Lambasa coach Nilesh Lal says the team played well, but they missed a lot of opportunities to score a goal. Meanwhile, all 4 teams, Lambasa, Raketi, Rewa and Suva, gain a point each after today's games.
The teams did not settle well in this sort of ground. Very hard surface and very bumpy. But overall, it's a first game for me. I think 1 point is not bad.
I think the boys played well according to the plan. We missed some opportunities. Definitely we missed some opportunities. I think the conditions were not in our favor also.
The Lautoka football side maintained its unbeaten run after defeating Nandi 1-0 in their Vodafone Premier League match at Nandi's Prince Charles Park last night. Lautoka's goal was scored by Benjamin Totori before half-time. Lautoka is now leading the standings with 17 points. Meanwhile, the Blues will play Tavua at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Fiji-born Manasa Mataele and Setu Tamanivalu scored a try each for the Crusaders to help the side thump the Western Force 44-8 last night. No team has been able to score a power try in the previous 3 WSR matches. The Force fought valiantly against the defending Super Rugby champions and trailed by just 8 points at half-time. Olympic gold medalist Masivesi Ndakwanga also scored for the Western Force, but it was not good enough to match up the strong Crusaders side. All Blacks captain Sam Whitelock has had his work cut out over the last couple of weeks after a poor performance in Wellington. Fine weather was experienced over most parts of the country, apart from some showers over the northern and eastern parts of the group. Looking at the west, mostly cloudy and humid. and eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva. Mostly rainy throughout the day with cool temperatures. All the way up in Vanwalevu, it was mostly fine weather today. Now at sea, moderate southeasterly winds and moderate seas. For the tides, the next low tide is at 9:15 p.m. with high tide at 3:37 a.m. Sunrise is at 6:37. The outlook for tomorrow, cloudy with some showers over the northern Lao, eastern and southern parts of Vanwalevu and Taveuni. Cloudy periods with brief showers over the southern and eastern parts of Viti Levu and interior of the larger islands. You can expect cool nights. And looking further on to Monday, it will be fine apart from a few brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Once again, it will be fine from possible afternoon or evening showers elsewhere. Recapping the main stories, yacht search leads to massive drug seizure. 4 days of no water supply for Nandi and Lautoka residents. And 100 more Fijians receive EFL shares. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. On to our poll question. This week, we're asking, will the introduction of ticket vending machines make e-cards top-up easier? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye for now.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.